Welcome to the Art of Money podcast with Art McPherson.
Art McPherson, Coach Julie, how we doing?
The question is, how are you doing? Go Dawgs.
And I'm still riding on a high of adrenaline and excitement.
Right?
Oh.
Lord. And do you recall the one question that I asked you during the game when it was close, when we knew who was winning? I said to you, who are you picking for college football or college basketball?
Oh.
Because, hello.
I've had a pretty good year.
You had a pretty good year.
I've had a pretty good year.
It might have never happened.
You know what? There is the
because
power.
The Koozies.
The power of the Koozie. Coach Julie.
The power of the Koozie. By the way, you're welcome. You are welcome that I reminded you of that.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. All right, for those that are just checking us out for the first time, I'm at the mothership here in Atlanta, and I am a huge Braves fan. I work for the Atlanta Braves. Obviously, they won the World Series. I'm a huge Georgia Bulldogs fan. Obviously, they won the Natty. But there's something about a Koozie, Julie. Tell me about it.
So the Koozie whole thing started when you came to do an event with us here at the Melbourne mothership. When you're here, and then you have to rub it in and you give me an Atlanta Braves Koozie. Being that I'm the Phillies girl, I accepted it graciously. I have not used it, but it is still sitting on my desk.
Art graciously is one way to put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey. So anyway, then I said to you, a week ago, I said, hey, I don't know. I said, but I'm going to send you a Phillies Koozie because you pick the Braves and you give me a Braves Koozie. I'm going to give you a Phillies Koozie because I need my Phillies to be back up on top again, not your Braves.
That's right.
So then, lo and behold, half hour before the game starts, the Georgia-Alabama game starts, I look and there's mail and I'm like, oh, and it says, Coach Julie and Art from the return address, World Series champion. Inside, 2 Georgia Koozies.
No lie.
A few hours later, who won?
Them Georgia Bulldogs.
Go Dawgs.
Did you really, were you messing with me when you said you got that 41 minutes before kickoff?
Not kidding whatsoever.
That's exactly the time I opened it.
So honestly, we had that evening, we had a late appointment. We only got home 7:30-ish, and I was getting Art's dinner for him, and I look over, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, we have a couple packages. Okay, so I see the one, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, no way. So that happened exactly. We were not messing with you whatsoever.
The power
They made it just in time.
of the Koozie.
The hour of the power of the Koozie.
Well, like you had said last week, you're like, I'm not going to leave anything for chance. I'm sending you one.
No. You know, I do want to say thank you to Art and Julie as well, because when the Bulldogs won the Natty, and I'm sure, like, if you're a Florida fan or an FSU fan or UCF and you're hearing the Art of Money right now, you're like, oh, God, but let me enjoy the moment. This hasn't happened in over 40 years. I don't know. I was 2 years old the last time this happened, so let me enjoy it. But I will say, out of the hundreds of texts that came in, and I'm watching it at the house, and we're celebrating, the very first FaceTime I got, the very first phone call I got when the Dogs won the Natty was, by God, Art and Coach Julie just checking in on me.
That was true.
So are you a superstitious person when it comes to your sports teams? Like, we know you are diehard FSU fans. Do you have any superstitions that you have to do with every game?
So it's funny that you say that. So Art is not at all. He might say something differently here because I will do different things and I will say, oh my gosh, I'm like, well, no, I'm like, that's because I'm not doing this, or they're losing because they're not doing this and I forgot to do that. Art goes, you don't have that much power. That's what he tells me. I mean, talk about just crushing your wife, your sports wife. You're welcome on that one. What do you say, Arthur?
No, I agree. I mean, I've never been a big one into that. However, for Mark, I thought it would be appropriate that he follow the good mojo that was working with the Koozies.
Yeah. Oh, from here on
but
out.
yeah, I mean, when you talk about sports, it's just like a momentum thing. If you look at, even though we have a lot of people in Florida, that are probably not big Georgia fans, what we're definitely not, we're all against Alabama.
Yes, we are not Alabama fans, so
Right.
it's whoever's against Alabama.
Because Alabama, you're talking about a team for the last 8 years that have either been at the dance, they get a chance to play for the championship, and every other year they're winning it. So it is just a different level for Alabama. It is amazing. So our new son-in-law is a big Alabama fan. It's like he'll be mad about the game, but okay, so next year you're going to be in the game again and you might win it. So I don't really feel that sorry for you. This is the first time Georgia's won it in 40 years.
Exactly.
But he was texting him, and crickets were chirping on the other end.
Yeah,
so
there was no responses.
I'm sure there was crying going on, and who knows what.
And Art, you make such a great point, because after all the post-game coverage on ESPN last Monday, you could see Reese and Kirk and Scott Van Pelt and Holly Rowe. They felt excited to talk about Georgia winning, because finally they're like, all right, Alabama wins another natty. But now they're like, and here's the story of this walk-on quarterback in Kirby,
Yes.
the understudy of Saban. So they genuinely felt like revived to not have to talk about Bama.
They have a new script. They have new coverage.
Yes. Well, when you ask about superstitions, I'm not superstitious. I am a little stitious, but I am that guy that if something good happens and I'm in the bathroom, well, I'll stay in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Yeah, until something bad happens. Or if, on Monday night, we went to a little watch party for the first half of the game, and I just happened to take a big gulp of water when Georgia, I think, kicked a field goal, and we got it. And it was like, all right, cool, we scored. Well, then I'm going to stay with water until something bad happens. Now, on the reverse, there have been moments where I maybe have had a little brown liquor shot, and then it's like, I got to keep doing shots until something.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So that is the level of my superstition. Now, my
So
wife.
you don't have like
elevated.
socks. You don't have like socks that you can't wash now, and you always have to wear the dirty socks because of. Thank goodness.
I do have rally socks that I wear, but my feet get a little rough, so I'm not. I'm superstitious, but I also don't want to clear the room either. So I know my. So Gretchen is the actual Georgia graduate in the family. I just got the Georgia rejection letter on Georgia letterhead, but she has the degree from University of Georgia.
Nice.
Well, she gets so scared and so incensed watching these games, she can't watch anymore. Monday night, she had to go to the back bedroom and started watching Law and Order in about the fourth quarter.
Oh, no.
Because it was too intense.
Too intense. She can't.
Well,
handle
Julie,
it.
you know what Julie does?
Oh, no.
Julie hates to iron.
I hate ironing.
But when it
Ironing
gets
is
intense
awful.
like that and she gets nervous, she'll start ironing.
No, it's not when I'm nervous it's more when I'm angry.
Right.
That we're losing.
It's more when we're doing something stupid that I just am like, ugh.
Well, you would have been ironing in the first half because they were losing.
Yeah, I would have been ironing in the first half.
Exactly.
Although I think it was great in the first half because Georgia was keeping them and holding Alabama to just field goals. That is a win right there.
Yeah.
Well, they played like Georgia.
Yes. And let me tell you, I was just all excited and just cheering on the sacks after sack after sack. I'm
Defense
like,
won the game for the Bulldogs Monday.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I just love the idea of Julie angry ironing. Stupid stupid spray starch, stupid art, your stupid collared shirt. I don't want to iron this.
Let me tell you.
She doesn't do that. We get those from the cleaner, but on other stuff that she has to iron, she always dreads it, so she always sticks it in the corner as long as possible.
Right.
But on game weekends, she brings it all out.
Needless to say, we haven't had anything needing to be ironed because it all got done during football for us.
There hasn't been any really good seasons right now for FSU.
Hey, things can change. All right. I had a bunch of friends that were at the game on Monday night, and by the kickoff, you could have gotten in to the national championship for about $300.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
It was the perfect storm of SEC fatigue, because people just saw Georgia Bama in the SEC championship.
For sure.
It was about...
And the fact that it was held in freaking Indianapolis, Indiana, and was 7 degrees.
Yes,
that
sir.
might be something to do with it.
How did that happen? I thought a bowl game was supposed to be about being in warm climates and fun.
It's not a bowl game. That was a national championship game.
Yeah, but it's still on the bowl season. It's the last bowl game of the year.
Well, because they spend so much money to get... Well, Indy's the home of the NCAA home offices.
No, I know that.
All these cities pay so much money in incentives to get these big games into their city, other than like, your Sugar Bowl in New Orleans or your Rose Bowl out in Pasadena. They all want the Natty there because it brings so much money. So they give the NCAA
revenue.
hey, we'll give you all these hotel rooms and we'll give you a tax cut. Please bring it here.
Well, it's not like you can tailgate in front of the stadium with your car.
Oh, for 12-degree weather.
7 degrees, 12 degrees. No, thank you.
So it was the combination of SEC fatigue. It was cold. People still scared of COVID. And I think all of that. And plus, worst of all, Monday nights.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate
Right.
these
It makes it hard.
natties on
Yeah.
a Monday.
Yeah, it makes it hard for people with travel.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact that they're worried about not being able to get home because of snowstorms and flight cancellations and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Our boy Eddie Nolan, who works with us all together here, he was at the national championship. Another diehard Georgia Bulldog.
With his son.
With his son. Great pictures from him. He actually got me a shirt from the game. That son of a gun was at the game on Monday night and was back in the office. He went from Natty to Atlanta, back in the office by 8 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Oh my gosh.
Was his eyes bloodshot?
He said he took a 5:30 a.m. flight.
That doesn't sound like fun.
No. So he didn't go to bed at all then.
That is, he said,
Pretty much. That's, yeah.
But see,
That's why I was like, his eyes all bloodshot that day.
that just proves the dedication of college football fans, and and Georgia fans too. Because did I tell you he's been over 40 years?
Yes. Several times.
I tell you, it was the power of the Koozie.
Couple times.
It feels good. I'm still. How long can I enjoy this?
For
40
a few
years.
months.
For 40 years.
Thanks for listening. Want more from Art McPherson of McPherson Financial Group? Find us online at artofmoneyradio.com. We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Securities offered through World Equity Group, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Investment advisory services offered through ProStatus Group, LLC. McPherson Financial Group and ProStatus Group, LLC are separate entities and are not owned or controlled by World Equity Group, Inc. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Investment financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. Art McPherson is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Arthur McPherson. Florida Insurance License number A174. 725.
Today's show has been a work of art.